Which 15-year-old sherried Scotch whiskey is the best? Today, we are going to blind taste 8 different expressions and rank them from best to worst. Let's get started. Thank you guys for being here once again with me. My name is Wade. You are on McIntyre's Malts, and we are going to do the ultimate blind taste test showdown of these 15-year-old Sherried Scotch whiskies. I am going to get my partner to pour these for me on camera so you guys can see which whiskey is which in different colored Glencairn glasses. I'm going to leave the room, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to go through and nose and taste all of these whiskies, rank them from best to worst. Then we're going to do the reveal and see which ones I got right. So I'm going to jump out now. Stay tuned. Okay, I am very excited to jump into this one. I've had this idea for a little bit and I thought it would be super cool, given that I have so many different 15-year-old sherried expressions out of Scotland, that it would make sense to do a ultimate comparison and see which is the best of all. You have just witnessed these being poured into the different colored Glencairn glasses. I don't have 8 different Glencairn colors. I don't believe they make any more than the 6 variations I have. So I've got a sticker on these 2 here. You can see there's a purple sticker and a pink sticker. I also don't have enough tasting caps, so I'm using little bowls, but it does the job, right? I have no idea what is in any of these. April has written on the cards that correspond to the different colors what they are, so we're going to go through. I'm going to nose them, then I'm going to sort of talk to which ones I think they are, which whiskies might be in each glass, taste them, put them in order of what I think is I guess worst to best. Let's get started. Okay, so I have the cards in front of all the glasses on the table. We will do the reveal at the end. I'm going to take a blank card now here and just write my thoughts as we go and work through these. We may as well start on your left with the gold Glencairn. Nose and palate, don't fail me now. Okay, these are cool. They're familiar. Is the scent's familiar? I'm just going to go and do an initial nosing and see what I can think. That red one's a very cool smell. Black glass. Which one's the best? Wow, that's lovely. That white glass is very nice too. Pink glass now. This is going to be much harder than I thought. And finally, the blue glass. Oh, that's nice. I thought for certain one that would probably stand out the most to me, I thought would be the Ben Romark 15, because it has a bit of peatiness compared to the rest that don't. Couldn't quite easily pick it out. I have ideas on a couple of them, but definitely nothing's obvious or apparent to me at this stage. I'm just going to make some notes on these colors, what I think it might be. What about the red again? It's got some nice bite to it. Oh, that's very sweet. Okay. Okay. It's starting to change. I had ideas and things I think it might be in each glass, but it's definitely shifting. Initial thought is that the black glass has the Ben Romark 15. It just has a little more heft. I'm thinking that might be where the Ben Romark is. Pink glass. That's very sweet too. The blue glass. This one, the blue glass, is very familiar. I'm leaning into either Speyburn or Glenallachie. It's got a lot of sweetness on this one. I think it's time to do some tasting now on the palate, and let's see how we go. There's a couple that have a beautiful richness and sweetness, but there is really, at this point, no clear terrible one versus no clear great one. They are much closer than I thought they would be on the nose. There's some standouts, but it's not like one is really off-putting versus the others. Okay, let's try. I'm going to taste the Gold Glencairn on your left. A little bit of bite to it. Got to be a higher ABV. They're all in the realm of 43 to 46%, with the exception of the Glenfiddich, which is 40%. Okay. Maybe Tamdhu 15. Yeah, my palate. Let's go. Purple glass. Starts well, tapers off very quickly. Smells good. Finish is very short. I like the flavor more on the purple glass than the gold. The quick finish on that leads me to think maybe the purple glass might still be the Tamdhu. The smell's alright, but the taste isn't rich enough, I don't think, for Tamdhu. Maybe that's the Glenfiddich. Let's try the red glass. I think the red glass is the Glenallachie. Lovely nose. It's got that rosewater note that normally I get. There's a different sweetness. Very pleasant. Much nicer finish than on the purple. Let's keep going. Please, if you're watching this at home, remember to enjoy whiskey responsibly. I'm only taking little sips of each of these. I have no intention of drinking and finishing all of these. 8 whiskeys is a lot of whiskeys. Please keep that in mind. The green glass might be Glenfarclas 15. Let's try on the palate. Of them so far, the green is one of my least favorite. Yeah, it doesn't quite sit right. It's not as decadent. It's a bit too bitey. Okay, onto the black glass. Maybe Glendronach. It's got some good bite to it, that one. A richness. I like that one too. The black Glencairn's got something going on. It's nice. Maybe Glendronach. Maybe. Onto the white glass. There's something very different about this one. There's a clear tang on it, like a fruity note that's more tropical fruit than the others. The others have more of that sherried, dried fruits, raisins, dates, sultanas. This one is more of a sweetness on the palate. thin, different sweetness, a little bit of a tanginess. No, maybe the white glass is the Benromach 15. Really challenging to pin these down. I'm trying to just place them closer to the camera as the ones I prefer more, and further back closer to me are the ones I prefer least, just to start getting them in a sort of order which I'm enjoying. Pink glass. No. Okay, that feels like peat. Yeah, there it is. That's the diesel, that diesel note. That pink one's got to be the Benromach. Okay, changing my mind. Fairly confident, more than the rest of them. I think that the pink glass is the Benromach. It has to be. If I'm right. On the blue glass now, this is that standout one in terms of a decadence on the nose. Really raisin rich, toffee rich slash. Very pleasant. My gut is saying the blue glass is the Macallan 15. That's lovely. That blue glass has a nice nose and taste. I thought at one point maybe Glenallachie, but also the red is a Glenallachie. So let me try that again. It has the most sort of vibrance and sweetness to it. I really like the red glass, is very nice. The green is probably at this point my least favorite. I'm going to put the green over here. That's probably my least favorite. The red and the blue are sort of nice at the top end. I think that the pink glass might be Benromach's, kind of in the middle. Let's see what that looks like if we start working through that way. So from your left through to your right, this is kind of the ones I prefer the least, and into the ones that I'm enjoying the most at this point. I'll go through on the nose again and see if I can start detecting and picking out which is which from a bit more of the scents and aromas, and then maybe a final little tasting again to get a sense check. I'm starting to formulate ideas on which one I believe is which. Then that eliminates the ones I'm certain on at this point to start choosing between the remainders. Fairly certain that the green glass is the Glenfarclas 15. The gold? Tamdhu, or maybe Speyburn. Purple glass. This has got a really vibrant, bold, rich nose. Beautiful nose. I think there's something special on the nose of the purple glass. I'll try another sip on this one. The purple one is very good too. I'm moving this up through the ranks. There's something really nice about that purple glass. The quality of what that purple glass is offering makes me think it's in that realm of what I consider a higher caliber whiskey. Like I'm thinking Glenallachie, Glendronach, Speyburn. Very lovely sweetness. It's got just the right elements. That's really nice, that purple one. Let's nose the white glass here. I'm debating between the blue, maybe being the Macallan, and the white glass maybe being the Macallan. No. The white glass has substantially less to offer here. No, the white glass I don't think is Macallan anymore. Pleasant, simple, sweet, not offensive, not exciting. I'm going to say, I think maybe the white glass is actually the Glenfiddich 15. Now we'll nose the pink glass again. I was going to say, this is confusing me because it smells like the Benromach, but I'm checking my notes here and I've said the pink is the Benromach. Almost certain. So I think I'm going to stay with that. What did I say on the black glass? I think the black glass might be the Speyburn 15. It's got those notes that you're familiar with, but Speyburn 15, if you've ever tried it, has a little bit of a variation to those other sherried expressions, and the nose is leading me down that path. The black glass belongs up this end too. They're kind of getting in the right order of what is from worst to best. The green glass thinking still green glass is Glenfarclas 15, okay? Let's go with that. The gold glass I had down as maybe Tamdhu. Yep, yeah, let's stay with that. The white glass, it's one of the more simple whiskies of the lot. So I'm going to put that down lower. I think if this is Benromach, it's a better whiskey than the white glass, but I'm going to say the white glass, I believe, is the Glenfiddich 15. I'm going to stay with that. Then Benromach in the pink glass, I believe. Black glass. All right, we're going to say Speyburn, I think, still on the black glass. On the purple, I need to decide between the gold and the purple because these are the two that are making me think that they're Tamdhu. I think the blue glass is Macallan. Yeah, I feel fairly confident on the blue glass being Macallan, and the red. Yeah, I feel like the red has to be Glenallachie. It's just got this different, intense, vibrant sweetness. I'm going to stay with that. So it's really a decision between the purple glass and the gold glass. Which one is Tamdhu and which one is Glendronach? So let me do these side by side. The purple glass is giving me more on the nose. This is one of the nicest ones of the whole lot. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking the gold, I believe, is the Tamdhu, and the purple is the Glendronach. And I'm thinking this is kind of the order, right? We're in this realm. I'm gonna just call this because otherwise this video is going to be 3 hours long. So in order of my least favorite on your left going through to my most favorite on your right, we're going the green Glenfarclas, the white glass Glenfiddich, the pink glass Benromach, the gold glass Tamdhu, the blue glass Macallan, the black glass Speyburn 15, the purple glass Glendronach, and the red glass as a Glenallachie. All right, let's do it. Let's start revealing what I got and see if I've embarrassed myself and if I still have a YouTube career. Okay. All right, let's do this. I'll put these cards in order so I can go through in the order that I've ranked them, okay? I think what will be fun is I'm going to write my thoughts on the front and I'll open it and let's see if it matches or if it doesn't. A handful of these I feel reasonably confident on. There's probably a few that I've mucked up. Most certainly it's to be expected. But what I'm interested to see at the end of this is the ones that blind appealed to me the most, what they actually are. Let's begin now with my least favorite here at this end on your left. The green glass, I believe, is the Glenfarclas 15. And let's reveal on the camera. That's amazing. The least favorite is the Macallan. That's excellent. All right, we're off to a great start. So, I love it. Okay, green is Macallan. So we've got one wrong so far, which means that I definitely have two wrong. So let's go. The white glass I have said is the Glenfiddich 15, and let's reveal for you guys on the camera. Yes, I got it right. Woohoo! Okay, so we're 1 out of 8, or we're 1 out of 2. Maybe I should quit now. The odds are good. Pink, I believe, is the Benromach 15, and reveal for you guys. Benromach. That was the easiest one to pick. I feel it had enough to sort of differentiated. If you know that whiskey, you know that it's gonna be typically a standout. So thankfully I picked that correctly. Gold. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, let's just do it. I believe the gold is likely the Tamdhu 15, and the reveal. The gold is the Glenfarclas. Fascinating. 2 for 4, 50% right, 50% wrong. Wow. That's interesting, right? It gives you a whole new perspective. The blue glass obviously is wrong because I had said the blue glass is the Macallan 15 and the green glass was Macallan 15. So maybe I'll try a secondary guess. It's good. Whatever it is, it's lovely. It's got a great smell to it. So let's see. What is the blue glass? Tamdhu. It's funny, right? If you've seen any of my other videos, I often talk about Tamdhu being the better Macallan. So that's fascinating. Of all of them that I've actually confused and said the Macallan is the blue glass when it was the Tamdhu. So it just really goes to show how similar those two are. So not doing great. So let's see how we go with these ones. This is going to be interesting nonetheless. So the black glass, I believe, is the Speyburn 15, and the black glass is the Speyburn. Yes! I'm very happy that I picked that because there is that difference, and I'm glad I could detect that. Doing okay, 50-50, you know? Could be worse. We are looking at the purple glass, which I believe is the Glendronach 15, and the red glass, which I believe is the Glenallachie 15. So let's see. Purple glass, reveal. I got it right. Woohoo! The Glendronach. Then hopefully that means that I must be right on the red glass being the Glenallachie 15. There we go, the reveal. Glenallachie 15. So guys, I'm pretty happy with my outcome and results, and relieved a little bit here. Actually, to tell you, to get 5 out of 8 is better than halfway, so it's a pass. Really cool to do this. Some of them very much felt rather obvious to me, in especially being the Ben Romach, because of that sort of machinery, the diesel oil type note that comes through, and the Glenfiddich because that one had the least to offer in terms of texture and complexity. The ones that obviously were fascinating that I confused, thinking that the Tamdhu was a Macallan, what I thought was my least favorite, being the Glenfarclas, was actually the Macallan, which speaks volumes to truly how much better the Tamdhu is than Macallan. The fact that I believed the Glenfarclas was a Tamdhu 15 also gives me a bit of newfound respect for Glenfarclas, to sort of lean into that and give it a sort of second go, if you will, because it hasn't really been a favorite of mine. So yeah, thank you guys for checking this one out. Let me know, how did you feel watching this? Were you sort of, you know, laughing along? Was I making a fool of myself as I went through the process? I can highly recommend that you guys try this. If you can get your hands on some Glencairn glasses, do these blind tests and just challenge yourself and see what wonderful things the whiskey can teach you. If you've enjoyed this, please make sure to let me know by leaving a like under the video or subscribe, and please leave a comment and tell me where in the world are you from and which of these is your favorite whiskey. I look forward to doing the next one with you guys on McIntyre's Malts.